Hi everyone. The next section will be on 7-letter bingo stamps and the must know 8s. So here, I would say the handbook is a little bit more advanced because it assumes you already know the 3-letter words. Because I'm assuming that you have played some games like Boggle, okay, which exposes you to the short words. But in Scrabble, we do not play short words all the time. That's because we have this special move called a bingo. A bingo, sometimes called a bonus, carries with it 50 extra points compared to a normal move. That's because you get rewarded for clearing all the tiles in a single turn. Clearing all the tiles from your rank. So therefore, we are always interested in getting the big reward, and here's how you can do so. These 6-letter combinations of letters, they will produce many bingos when one extra letter is added. So these combinations are called stems for short. Okay, because you just think of stems from trees. Okay, stems can branch out into many side branches. Yeah, that's the concept. Okay, can imagine. So question mark is always the standard letter used to denote a single blank in Scrabble. So moving into the content, here is what you need to know. The top 5 stems to learn are these. Number 1, Tisane blank. Okay, Tisane is a word. So Tisane question mark is a bingo stem. Okay, there are a total of 96 words. Just think about that. So you have 26 alphabets in English. Normally we exclude Q, so it leaves us with 25. And out of those, you have 96 words. 96. So the only two that do not provide a bingo are the Q and the Y. So in other words, you will need to study the 8-letter words for these two combinations. And it shouldn't be a surprise, because Q would thrive only when it has a letter U. So you have antiques and quantize. These two are 8-letter words to function as backups in case you get Tisane plus Q. Alternatively, you can look for QI and try to play it off on the board and draw a new tile. Then as for Tisane plus Y, I hope some words look English to you, yawners, like have the tendency to yawn, or yeasting when you add the bread yeast. Okay, cyanide might not be as familiar because it's spelled with the ITE suffix, okay, but it's similar to cyanide. Sometimes the difference is just the oxygen part. Okay, sorry, sidetrack. Okay, back to the content. So satire has an insane 98 words. But why did I rank it number 2? Well, that's because there is only 20 letters, 20 different alphabets that form a bingo with it. Okay, so the 6 letters that don't make bingos with it shouldn't come as a surprise. Okay, JX are the 8-point tiles, while QZ are the 10-point tiles. Okay, surprisingly, even a 1-point letter U cannot go with it. And of course, letter Y, being the trouble again, does not go with it. Okay, so 8-letter words to remember to prepare for satire Z or satire U is azurites, because it incorporates the Z and U that do not have 7-letter words. So you need to look for 8. Then there's also tristeza. This is just for style points. If you come across it, it is really cool. And 8-letter words to spot. Notice I separate them out. Okay, I expect you all to be able to spot patterns like IEST. So an example is craziest. Okay, and occasionally, if you have the chance to pick a IZE suffix, maybe you can see satirize. Okay, so satire, 98 words. Retina is also another good one. Okay, because when you do not have letter S, it still gives you the chance to bingo. Okay, so once again, 6 letters with no bingos, so learn their 8-letter words instead. I recommend prepping interlay or tyramine for letter Y. I recommend preparing notarize for letter Z. Okay, because they sound pretty English. Okay, so what you should spot is, let's say if you get a V. Okay, with a V there's no bingo, right? So you should look out for interval. Okay, interval or averting, because these are the words you already know. You just need to spot them. Moving on, there's also a few more which I will go into briefly. Okay, Regina. Okay, surprisingly, the 2-point G is quite helpful. Okay, there's also R sign, which is still quite helpful. Okay, so I've prepared all the backups for the letters that do not have a bingo. Okay, that do not have 7-letter bingos. Okay, just to clarify. So when learning these bingo steps, do make use of Ziziva's quiz function for a more efficient learning process. So the natural question is how to start a Ziziva quiz. I'll continue that in the next part of the video.